podcast. As we call it on the podcast now.
Hey, it can be whatever we want it to be.
Well, listen.
It's our world.
It's our world. Listen, welcome to Candid Conversations, where we have stimulating conversations involving real life people and real life situations. I'm one of your hosts, G.
And I'm Tabby.
And listen, we are here to give you a visual because y'all have been asking, and here it goes. We are giving them a visual tab.
Hey, give the people what they want.
We got to give them what they want. Listen, we are bringing you this visual because, Wednesday went on a little mini vacation, so this is the makeup. You get to see us before you listen to us when?
Saturdays,
on
10 to 12 p.m.
There you go. So until we get back on air, you're going to get some visuals. But we want to take y'all and take some time and tell y'all we appreciate you. I can't get it together. For listening to us. Every time we come on the air, we have a big, broad, solid listening base.
We do. They show up.
They show up and show out.
They show up.
So we want to say we appreciate you. So look, we're going to give you this little brief candid conversation today. Tabby.
Yo.
Listen, the people have spoken.
And
we're giving them what they want. And we're going to go ahead and talk about a little something today that I think that they'll be interested in now. Let's talk about, do men and women actually want the same thing in relationships, but express them differently? Do men and women want the same thing out of relationships, but they express them a bit differently? What do y'all think? And let's see what the woman of the panel thinks.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm going to say at the base of it, then, I think all people want the same thing. They want respect, want trust. Love, to me, goes without saying. So those core things, I'm going to say the same, right?
Okay.
And expressed differently because, this thing now, they talk about love language, right?
Okay.
My love language is fill in the blank.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So that's going to vary, and that's, by design. Individuals are people, my preferences are going to be my preferences. That's why they belong to me, right? So, but when it comes to certain things, like you want different things, right? For me, an example of something different that I want some time to be left alone.
Oh. No, okay. Okay, that's good. So when you want to be left alone.
Yes.
Do you relate that in communication? I want to be left alone, or does the spouse have to be like assuming or get the pick up on the sign?
Listen, just think about, hey, what's wrong with you? That type of thing.
So I got to pick up on the sign.
No, you do not. I'm definitely one of those people where I want to tell you what I want or what I don't want because I don't want you to misconstrue it, and then now I'm mad at you for something you don't even know.
There you go.
That's an issue for me.
Okay.
Now, sometimes it's a little delicate dance because people in their egos, right, and their quote unquote feelings of taking everything personal. So if I say I want to be alone, for example, when I'm talking to my hubby and I'm like, hey, we need some space or whatever, it's understood at this stage that it's not you. It's just I like sometimes to watch TV by myself or I want to do something that doesn't involve other people simply because a lot of times, even if you're watching TV, you find yourself kind of entertaining other, saying something, or now I gotta rewind because you were talking while I was, or those types of things on it. But I think again, it's a yes and no situation. Even if you're talking about sex, right? A lot of times, one partner wants romance in this whole production. And then some people just want to get to the point. Right? Hey, let's get the act going. Let's do what we do.
Okay, see, that's the see, and when it comes to that, y'all are funny. Because some people, a good bit of women want the production, right? They want to get it in and have a whole lights, camera, action moment. Well, but then you got the ones, and I think it's just based on generation, in my opinion, because some people just want the pop, and some people want the full production. Right, or if you're not giving the full production, then it's a problem.
Right. Well, I mean, most fairy tales and fantasies on that level are geared toward women, right?
Absolutely.
Because it starts in our mind first. The libido follows our mind.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all, most men are the opposite, right? The libido starts at first, and then the mind, hey, like I'm in it once later. So I guess as individual as we are, again, we have the core things that we are similar in, but it spans off into preferences.
Agreed.
And it can be different at different times.
100% agreed. I think because you're seasoned and you kind of have experience on this married relationship thing. I was
like this even back
I feel like it is very individual based. But I think when you're a unit, you have to have those open lines of communication open, which a lot of people don't like to have. But if you're in a relationship, you still got to have those moments. I may want we do want the same thing. Some people just convey them totally different. Where you may go in no holds barred on your vision. He said, she heard. Available soon on all platforms.
Look for it.
Like you focus on this. Your husband like, okay, I get it. She's focused. She's good. I might lack in this department for a little while because her focus is on this. Or when it comes to kids, or when it comes to whatever the situation is in the household. Depending on your unit, the relationship you build, some people, it just works for them to kind of like cross paths. Some people, they have to have a mutual amount of meetings when it comes to attaining the goal.
And it's so interesting because people in general are very complex beings, right? And you never know what's really behind, the agreement or the disagreement.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of times there's a lot of layers to it, and you're like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, you left this out on the stove. Next thing you know, I'm going down this rabbit hole with your whole trigger.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Where does that come from? Like, because again, clearly, if I left the pot on the stove, it didn't burnt over and then made a whole mess. You come down, damn it, I gotta clean it. Now everything just boiled over, right? So you'd have some stuff that you kind of pushed down and it kind of boiled over. Now you just go on a rant on everything, right? Where does that come from instead of having those communications when those boiled up things that went down didn't get talked about and then they come up?
I think it's twofold though. Sometimes you have talked about it.
Okay.
We've all been in situations where you told somebody clearly, hey, don't do that or do this, and then they do the exact opposite, right? When it is a case that it boils over, sometimes, for me at least, I'm genuinely trying to consider somebody's, not necessarily situation, but I'm always aware that you never know what a person is kind of processing and how they're processing it, and the things that are influencing and impacting, the forgetfulness or the, some things like that. But you have the conversations in some instances thinking that, okay, now that doesn't, somebody got to clean that up.
Yeah.
Like that. So that's a no-brainer, right?
All right.
Now, the fact that I always come behind and clean it up, maybe I clean it up too fast, right?
Okay.
I see something, I want to clean it up immediately. You more of a person where I was going to clean it up, but, I don't have to clean it up right then.
Right.
So for me, I think that's where the fine line comes in. And interestingly enough, my husband is kind of like that, where we had this instance where I grew up, my mom's whole thing was, if you don't do anything in the morning to clean up, so to speak, always make up your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Always make up your bed. It sets the tone for this, that, whatever. So, of course, you have comforters and stuff like that. You make the sheets, pull the comforter up, keep it going. My husband would come behind me every time, make it up, whatever, and the way he makes it up, very crisp, very, you would almost think he was in the military.
Right.
Never in the military, right? But that's just the way he liked it, right?
Yeah.
So since I found out that, hey, well, that's the way you like it, I stopped making it up.
I'm going to let you do it.
So, of course, we're having a disagreement about something, and then that came up.
And it boiled over. And you don't make up the bed.
You don't make up the bed no more. And I was like, well, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it since you brought it to the table.
Since you brought it to the table, I said, every time I make it up, you come behind me and you redo it, right? And he was like, yeah. He was like, because, this, that, whatever. I said, so why would I do it? He said, well, that doesn't mean you stop. I said, actually, it does. It doesn't take two people. It's not like we're making it up together.
Right.
Like we're in the hotel maid service where we're both making it up. I make it up, and then you come behind me. Not only now, he's not the type that he doesn't come behind and straighten it out. He come behind,
take
pull
the
the cover
whole
off.
thing
Yes,
off.
and he does it, and I'm telling you, I love it.
Right.
And it was never a big deal for me. Okay,
Right.
I didn't even say why you come behind me because
Right.
I don't care. He was like, well, I mean, but it's still like you could attempt. Why? I said, dude, I am not the type that's going to do something that is already being done. I said, that's just not how I'm going to be doing that.
Right.
So we can do one of two things. When I make it up, you can leave it as is.
Right.
I'll start back making it up on some days and you make it up and you can leave it as is. Or we can agree that you have a thing about how you like this to look, and
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
And so we agreed that he has a way that he likes it, and I'm not going to make it up.
So that is so funny that he was like, well, you still could attempt.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, for what?
If you come around me making it, why
you
am I
gonna come back
attempting?
and make it, you know what I'm saying?
That is wild business. How long did that go on before he decided to say, well, y'all had an argument which surfaced over
Right,
today.
which was something else that tricked. And I was like,
so you never asked him at once, like, why do you come behind me and make the bed up?
no, I didn't, because to me, again, he's the type of person that he likes stuff in a certain space. He likes stuff to look a certain way, and he's really good at stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm the type that if you're good at something,
Yeah.
I'm okay with you doing it.
Right.
Right? I don't care if I was doing it or whatever like that.
Right.
That's your thing, have at it.
Right.
So it had been going on. We had been married a couple of years.
Okay.
And like I said, for a minute, I'm still gonna make it up because again, it was habit for me.
Okay.
When I get out of the bed,
You just make
chances are I'm gonna pull up the cover at least. And then by the time I kind of move around a little bit, but before I leave out of my room for the day or before I get started, I'm going to, make up the bed, throw the pillows around. When I tell you this dude, pillows are crisp, square, almost like he could be a house stage.
Okay.
Because
that's some money.
You know
that's
what I'm
some money.
Yeah, so that's his thing. And I'm the type that, again, if I see that you like stuff, I'm okay with falling back to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not that big of a deal about stuff. So.
I that's cool that he does that, and I'm glad that y'all figured it out. But it amazes me that it took another avenue of travel to go through to get to that
for
point.
him, not the first time I stopped, which I guess he was waiting to see if I was gonna start back.
So let me take it back to a question, a statement you mentioned earlier. How we go back and repeat things after we kind of had that conversation about, hey, you overdrew the account this week, or hey, the laundry needs to be done this week. You gave it that whole conversation. And now we circle back, and then when something happens that you don't like, it all comes out to fruition. So did we not get enough satisfactory in the first time around when we had to come and keep bringing it up? I guess what I'm asking is, because I know a lot of people in relationships like, well, why do you keep bringing it up? Why do you keep throwing it in my face? Why do you keep bringing it back up? Why do we go back there after we just had that conversation to continue to bring it back up again?
Well, I think it's a difference if you keep doing it.
Okay.
Right? Then obviously I'm going to keep bringing it up because you keep doing it, right?
Right.
But I want to say that your instances where, okay, we've had the conversation, we've discussed it, and you haven't done it, but then you've done something similar. Right? Or whatever. So for me, I get that from a thing where similar, you want to kind of keep the energy, you want to keep it going.
Okay.
Similar to when I told you that time where I was like crying.
Because you
and
like
then I started thinking about people in Africa and all kinds of stuff because that is a real addiction to an emotion, right? Like you got that feeling going on, you want to keep it going, right? So I want to keep being right, right? So I'm gonna bring up some other stuff, and that is definitely a pet peeve of mine because if we resolve something and it's done, I expect it to be that. I expect similar to a forgive and forget situation. It's done. We talked about it. I acknowledge whatever I need to acknowledge. You acknowledge whatever. But when somebody does something similar,
that's insane work.
Well,
I get the theory. I get what you're saying because if we squashed it and we talked about it, don't let us have another disagreement. You bring it right back up. Yeah.
But see, that's again where people they like to say, "Well, I forgive, but I won't forget." You got to do both.
Is that why?
Well, because if you don't forget it, and obviously when I say forget it, it doesn't mean that it'll be gone from your memory like that, because it's an experience that'll always be with you. But if you truly forgive and forget it, you wouldn't be bringing it up every time we're having even if it's a similar situation, that still is its own independent situation.
Agreed, but I like the forgive and forget theory only because I can forgive the act or whatever happened, but I will always keep it in my mind what happened. Like you said, it won't completely erase out of the memory bank, but it depends on the individual, I think, because you have individuals who can compartmentalize those things. But okay, I know that this happened, that motherfucker did this, but I'm not going to bring it up verbally again because I promised that person we're good. We're not going to talk about it. But you got those people that have it on the edge. They be like ready to throw it out in combat.
For me, it's a delicate dance because you want to use it as a point of reference just to make sure that, you're not in the same situation, right? But I think we haven't mastered the art of just keeping it for a point of reference as opposed to using it against you.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that the group of people that say that the loudest, I'm not going to forgive and forget. That's like the basic tenet of the religion.
Hey, I will never, I don't say it out loud unless it's mentioned. Hey, I forgive the act. I won't forget it. It'll always sit there. I will.
But why should it always sit there?
Well, something would trigger the thought of somebody doing me bad.
Why?
Because it happened. You don't want to experience that feeling. You don't want to experience that moment again. So you're like, okay, I've been here. Okay, I let that shit slide one time. But I won't forget it.
You don't trust yourself to just act in the moment because even when it happened, some kind of spidey sense went off a little bit.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I do trust myself, but sometimes I don't. It just depends on what the offense is or what's happening in the moment. Like, I remember when this happened. I will never forget that happening. You know what I'm saying?
The question is why?
Because our brains are wild enough when we remember things, sometimes to trigger them as learning lessons, okay? Just like, if you go to the store, you didn't read a sign, but when you go up to the register, you embarrass yourself after you made, not you, I'm just saying, you done made a whole hoopla about this is supposed to be buy one, get one when the sign actually said buy two, get one. Okay. I won't forget the fact that I caused a complete hoopla when I got to that register, because I didn't read the sign. So now I'm going to remember. I won't forget what happened.
But I don't have to associate that with me not reading because...
No, I'm saying, what I'm saying is, not to cut you off, what I'm saying is, I will remember it and not go through that action again. I won't go up there and embarrass myself again because I chose not to read. I just picked up and say, hey, I will never forget I went there and did this, but now I put it to my memory till it comes to the surface that I was wrong. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I'm reading the sign. I didn't read it the first time, but I go in the store the second time, like, okay, well, I ain't finna embarrass myself. I was wrong. I yelled at this person. I read it this time. I won't forget it.
But that was not an act of forgiving and forgetting. That was just an experience.
Okay, well, maybe that was a bad sample.
Well, not a bad sample, but I'm saying that in the act, okay, again, you do something to me.
Right.
Right? Let's say you steal my money.
Okay.
All right. Now, when I look at you, just again, the experience of how we're wired and stuff like that, I probably am going to associate you with that act, right?
With being a thief.
With that being a thief or whatever like that. However, I probably won't leave my purse around you. Right? Because again, I'm triggered by the act and stuff like that. But I think when it says forgive and forget, it's like you never give a person an opportunity to be new, to be different.
So that means you won't forget what happened, right?
Right, you won't forget what happened. You're saying, okay, well, I'm cool with it. You got it. That's like whatever like that. And I don't know, again, if it's a conscious thing that you have to make the conscious choice to do, because we do it when we want to.
Absolutely.
Because we've had people do some crazy stuff, and then we
totally forget it.
Right. So.
And then probably do it again. Because
sometimes they won't though.
Right. But the whole thing is, I stole your money. You won't keep your purse around me. You won't keep a card out around me, anything like that, because I know G's a thief, right? He stole.
But how do I know when G is no longer a thief?
You don't. You will never know. But let's just say you could. But let's say the opportunity to present itself again. Well, you messed around and left. You never come, so you were missing because I was around. The lesson is, I will never forget that nigga stole my money. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna forgive you from stealing it.
Well, I gotta forgive you. I mean, what is that? What is me not forgiving you gonna do? Well, for me, I do because it's not gonna serve me. You know what I'm saying? Again, not saying that I won't look at you differently, right? But I think that it's a crazy situation in the sense that that's kind of why we're living what we're living now. Even when you look at the jail system, you're really not giving people a whole new chance.
This is
true. What I'm saying? So
from a littlest offense,
if they're gonna do the same thing, because sometimes a person does repeat it, sometimes they don't. But even a first-time person, you know what I'm saying? Again, how do you give them a fair chance? Yeah. Do we forgive the offense? Do we expunge it? And then come back around and do it again. And then you got the person that you did in death row and they would have never done it again. Right. You know what I'm saying? It amazes me how that can be used. It's a delicate situation.
It is. It is a dance around. That's insane because we can pull it out when we want to.
And we do.
Because it's going to benefit us. That self-preservation kick in. Oh, well, I'm just going to throw this up. The whole defense mechanism thing for me is weird, but I get it. Like, well, you ain't gonna get me in this battle. I'm finna win this because I never forget the time. Yeah. Go ahead, yo.
Again, like I said, because I'm known for remembering a lot of stuff, but I'm not known for using it against people. That's the difference.
I can agree. So. Yeah, because you're a different person.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Well, I don't know. At some point,
she's like, the Georgia Peach.
ATL baby, Grady all day.
I love it.
I don't know. I guess I start at some point wondering like why though.
Yeah. What is it benefit?
Like what are you getting out of it, right?
I think that comes with growth and maturity too. But some people can pick it up a lot sooner. Yeah. I've seen a lot of young kids like, what's the point of me holding on to that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, how's that going to benefit me? But add on to my mental anguish.
Right.
Like, what's the point?
Reliving crazy.
Right. Let's
You're choosing to do that. So let me get this straight.
Right.
You're choosing to keep reliving something that you said you didn't like. Okay.
Like I was in my little part-time last night actually, and the little youngsters have gotten. I'm Unc now because I'm at the age where I'm an Unc, which is fine. I love when people call me Uncle. It's cool, but they call me Unc now. And they're like, man, Unc, my food in the back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go home. I gotta go back there and eat it because I ain't ate today. I'm like, okay. All right, when we finish, you can go eat. So we got some stuff to do. So we finally get back there. He's eating. He orders a wing place from Lemon Pepper Island. I forgot the name of the wing place, but he ordered like a 10-15 piece. And he never tried the hot. His girlfriend got the hot, so he was like, she treated him, so well, give me what you got. So he got the hot.
Okay.
He goes back there. Yes, with lemon pepper sprinkles. He goes back there and eats. Oh my God, this is sounds like, so you chose to pick that. Well, nah, I let my old lady pick. Like, first of all, y'all 18, y'all ain't nothing old about y'all. Old lady, where you get that from? But I let her pick. Now I'm mad at her, so he calls her. Like, hey, what you pick? Well, you said you wanted what I wanted.
But did she know that he doesn't like hot stuff?
I don't know, because she's not here to defend herself. I don't know. I'm only going off this word. I gotta get on the story.
Or you gotta ask him and then come back and tell him.
He calls her. Why you back up with him? You said you wanted what I wanted.
Yeah, but see, on something like that, right? If somebody asks me to get what they're like, okay, Tad, give me what you're getting. And I know that person doesn't like certain things. I'm going to say, hey, I'm getting this. Are you sure you want this?
Right.
And then when you say yes, and then if you call me to say, this, that, whatever, okay, you done?
Click. Just like a woman, boy. Just like a woman.
What would you do if I did that to you?
What would I do? I'd be like, babe, next time, just let me pick my own stuff.
Well, no, you wouldn't say that because you told me to pick it. So you not let me pick it. You would say, I'll pick my own stuff.
Or I would say, can you not give me the hottest stuff?
Right, don't give me the hot. You know what I'm saying? I still want, but I don't want mine hot like yours. Because I know you like hot stuff.
Yeah,
right?
maybe mild. But that's where the communication lies open.
Yeah.
And I was like, did you communicate that to that lady that you wanted that? Well, he's so infatuated. He loves it. I just wanted to get what she got. I was like, well, obviously that don't work. Because God gave you your own mind. So you know you can't have that
taste buds.
Right, He gave you all that. You're a different human. It was the funniest thing. But nevertheless, I think when we have these lines of communication open to our original topic, I think men and women do want the same thing. It is communicated differently depending on the level of the relationship. Because you have the women who really run the household, like a real true household leader, and then you have the men that run stuff and the women follow. Because I don't know if we still on that type of a situation, I guess, depending on whose house it is. Some men, like one of my homeboys from my home state, when he gets the checks, he hands it right on over. Do what you got to do. She handled everything. He good. She give me my little allowance. I'm good. Happy wife, happy life. Some of my homies like, yeah, we ain't doing that. I'm running this ship. And we want the same goals. But I think, at the end of the day, whatever works better for you and your household or your relationship, do it.
I mean, that's what you end up doing by default anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, communication on some stuff is.
Yes.
You do turn around and ask, what did you say again?
Right.
I had a young lady that we worked together at the place.
That should remain nameless.
That is doing a reorg.
Oh, we'll talk.
Yeah, they had a whole conversation. And they did say by October, you all will know.
This month, like next month?
Yeah, like in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
so, yeah.
All right.
Hey, life goes on.
Okay, that shit might be happening the way it was supposed to.
Hey, everything happens the way it's supposed to. But it was around Christmas, and she wanted this particular sweater. And so her guy were exchanging gifts, and she was younger at the time. She was in her mid-20s. And so she, showed me, she was like, yeah, and I hope he get me this or whatever like that. And I was like, well, do y'all not
communicate that?
Give, tell each other, hey, I want this.
Yeah.
So whatever. She's like, no. She's like, because that's the fun, I need you to know this, that, whatever. So I was like, so I laughed.
Of course you did.
And I said, so what if he gets something different though?
How would you feel?
Right. Oh, I know. He better not get anything different because I've been saying I wanted something, however she was saying, but she still wasn't coming out to say specifically whatever. So he should know me by now, whatever like that. I said he probably does, but that's fine. I do know you. But my interpretation on a gift or a sweater or a shade of blue and all stuff like that, why would you leave, if it's that big of a deal to you, why would you leave it up to his interpretation and then hold it against him?
Right.
I said, but I mean, why?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, to me, if you know me, then you know what I like or whatever. I said, and that doesn't mean I don't. But that does not mean that I know every specific thing that you want.
I can be with you 20 years and I don't know you.
If you want a real boss move, what you do is tell them exactly what you want. And then if they get something different, now we're going to have a real conversation.
Right. Because I know people that have been with people for years and don't know their spouse all the way 100%.
Listen, I know you, but it's like, for example, my friends say that I'm very difficult to buy for. They say, you know what, because we don't really know what you like, right? You're not really into the designer purses or, you know what I'm saying, some obvious stuff, right? So even my husband, he'll call one of his sisters or something like, hey, what you think we should get? Or something like that. Live with me, right? 20 years or whatever.
No, just all in the same bed. None of that.
All of that. But, for me, I don't really care. Again, if I want something specific, I'm going to tell you so that I know that I get it.
Or she's going to go get it.
Or I go get it. Right. If I want you to get it, I'll say, hey, G, I want,
this shade of blue, this color, this size.
Right. And you can get it on this, that, and that. Here's how much it is.
And here's the link.
So, here's the link. So I'm not that type, but some people like the element of surprise and mysterious and all that other stuff.
But don't be pissed off if I get it wrong.
That's the part. You can't be pissed off if you left it up to my interpretation.
Right. Don't be mad at me if I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This was good, people.
Yeah, it was really good.
This is good. Listen, Tab and I wanted to gift y'all with visuals because our Wednesday shows on the temporary hiatus. But I think you're going to like these visuals. We're out here having a good time. So if you can't catch these visuals, what can they do?
They can tune in on Saturdays and listen live Or you can go to Cluster Media TV, download the app, or you can go to the YouTube channel.
Yes, the YouTube channel is live in effect. Go ahead and look at the other episodes where we drop these new ones. We wanted to make sure we just get y'all with something on Wednesday because the base is like, hey, where's Wednesday? We don't hear Wednesday. But life started lifing, and we had to make changes. So this is one of the changes. We're gonna give y'all a visual so you can see us on Wednesdays. I think we're gonna drop it on Wednesdays.
Okay.
And if you missed it, you can always go back and get it. That's the beautiful thing about this. But just make sure you tune in to the YouTube channel. I want you to go ahead, if you would, like, subscribe, and please comment. We want to make sure that we hear your voices. Anything you want to talk about, let us know. We want to go ahead and have those conversations candidly and open. Because I, and myself, and Tab, and herself, we have a little bit more freedom on the visuals.
Yeah, and if you want to be a part of the visual conversation, let us know.
I can say stuff that I can't say on the radio.
Yeah, FCC ain't really tapped into that yet.
All these visuals. So thank y'all for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all. I can't talk today, y'all. Listen, we will be back with another episode of Candid Conversations with G and Tabby. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a beautiful day, people.
See ya.
See y'all. Wouldn't want to meet you. I do want to meet you.
I was going to say, yes, we do want to meet you.
We do want to meet you. Bye, y'all.
Bye.